A couple of days back, I was on Elon's app and I made a comment. There is no such thing as self-taught artist. I got several comments disagreeing with me, including one from Ayomide Samson, the visual artist that introduced me to NFTs. Luckily for me, his studio is close to my vicinity, so I paid him a visit to debate. For the longest time, I've always argued that there is no such thing as self-taught artist. Why? Every artist learns from somewhere, whether it's tutorials, books, other artists, or simply by observing the world. The term self-taught often skips these other influences and avoids giving credit. Yes, you might not have learned in the classroom, but you were still taught, just not formally. And that was my argument. So, Mr. Ayomide, you made an argument that there is something called being a self-taught artist, which I disagree. And I would like to know why. My theory is this: because they didn't have a formal education, like they had learnings outside the four walls of the classroom, does not mean that they are self-taught artists, because even outside the classroom, they were still taught.
Mhm.
So if they were taught outside the four walls of the classroom, how can you now call yourself a self-taught artist?
Okay.
YouTube, you still learned. Yes, now you were taught on YouTube now.
Okay.
Is that not a
So
teaching?
I made with the tweet I made some references because
Okay.
I like to argue from a logical standpoint. Self-taught itself
Okay.
does not mean you cannot be influenced. The key difference in being self-taught is that there is no structural program involved.
Wait, can we get a dictionary? Google, let's see definition of
The meaning
self-taught.
of self-taught, Abby. Let me read it directly from because my argument is based on the meaning of the word itself. Self-taught means having acquired knowledge or skill on one's own initiative rather than through formal instruction or training. If my I believe it's common sense. If you believe there is no self-taught, there's not like self-taught artists. Why? So in what cases can we use the word self-taught? It's the word that's existing already. The gas they use for harm. Do you understand? Self-taught, according to dictionary, says having acquired knowledge or skill on one's own. It doesn't mean you cannot look into other places for knowledge, but it means you acquired it on your own. You are not like exactly taking instructions from someone or from some certain persons that this is how you do it. I made a reference. I said, okay, what if okay, imagine I'm an artist right now. I'm an artist. So I am drawing, I'm painting. So I upload my paintings, the videos of my process online on Instagram or what do you call it. I just
Mhm.
made the upload without the intent to teach anybody. It's just like show my process. Then imagine some random artist from one place watching my video, seeing my work process and tapping from it. I did not post it with the intention to teach. I just decided to show my process to the world. But he on the other hand, he was just exploring. He saw it on my page. Do you
Yes,
understand?
imitation.
Okay.
Yes, you are basically imitating a style that you saw.
But he's
Like,
learning from it.
yes, you learned from it.
So who taught me that in that standpoint?
Yes, see, because you didn't start from a blank state. That's where it all boils down to the
Okay.
fact that nothing starts from a blank state. We imitate, we evolve with something that is already existing.
Yep.
We tap from here, we learn from here, we pick from here. That is it.
That is you teaching yourself. That is why it is self-taught. You are learning, of course, but you are teaching yourself.
The definition said that
Mm.
without former, uh,
Without
without
yes, acquiring a knowledge or skill on one's own initiative rather than through formal instruction or training.
formal instruction or formal training. Now, the we know that formal is the classroom, going to an
Yeah.
art institute and co.
Yep.
So in Nigeria, yeah, we have
Mm.
people that go to all these workshop, Mr. Akinekon Art and Sign,
Yeah.
to learn art and co. What do you call those people? Were they so self-taught too?
Come again.
People that go to Daddy Shade Art and Sign,
Mm.
that is not formal though. You do know that that is not formal. Were
Okay.
they self-taught?
No, they
Mhm.
were not. Okay. But
You,
there is a structured program.
you don't
If
understand
you are
that
going to wait, if you are
I'm
going
going
to if you are
based on
going
the
to
formal that you
I'm
mentioned.
going to reply based on your
Okay.
if you are going to Baba Shade Arts and Science, there is
Okay.
a structure Baba Shade is going to give you.
Okay.
There is a laid down Baba Shade will tell you to do this way. He's teaching you. Baba Shade is teaching you. Do you understand? I feel formal in this sense can be fluid. Do you understand? Baba Shade itself is like a corporation on itself. You can call it an institution. And Baba Shade Arts and Science,
Mhm.
it's not random. He has that place for some reasons to do his own work and to teach. Do you understand? So the fact that it's not OAU or it's not one large school does not mean it is not formal.
Oh, okay.
Do you get my point?
I get that. So if I should see a painting of Basquiat
Yeah. And I tap from it. And
and
you
I
tap
tap
from it.
from it,
So the basket teaching.
it's
Of
time.
course.
I just got thought, yes, because
No, no. You are you are giving too much meaning into it. You are
everything
how
has
did
to.
okay, this is a painting, right? This is a painting here.
Okay.
The artist is like is not here, but the painting is here. And I
Yes.
just stare at it. The artist is not present there.
Mm-hmm.
I the same painting that I would look at and I would tap some things from, people will walk past it.
Yes.
It is my own skill. Do you see the difference? The same painting, if it is like the painting is teaching on its own, everybody should learn from it. Everybody that walk past it should learn from it. So the fact that me I can walk past this painting and learn something from it, that's an attribute personal to me.
I believe that the word self-taught
Yeah,
is wrong. I believe that what you are saying is self-directed artist.
that's just grammar.
It is not grammar.
What is self-directed artist? It's grammar.
Yes.
It's grammar. What is self-directed
See,
artist?
an artist that choose their own pace, their own source of learning, and their own style. They choose everything. That is self-direction.
I can have a formal
But
I can have a
but
formal
you are
wait
still
if
learning
according to what
from.
you said, I can have a
Yes.
formal education and be a self-directed artist.
Yes.
So that's grammar. It is not the meaning of self-taught that I'm
But
driving.
self-taught artists are learning from somewhere and something.
Hmm.
So simply because there's no individual or institution, that means that they didn't learn from it.
You don't understand my
Wait,
point. Okay, I'm listening to you.
what I'm saying is this. You said that self-taught artists,
Yeah.
we've 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 stripped away institutions, we've stripped away individuals and workshops and babashade and all that. Now we're talking about art itself. One way or the other, the self-taught artist learned from somewhere, because the initiative does not fall from heaven.
It
It is
does
speak
not. It
it
does
is picked
not.
from somewhere.
Self-taught. The difference is this. Self-taught does not exclude the fact that you learn from somewhere or
Mhm.
from something. I'm not. You are not. You are not a god or an angel that you know things naturally. Do you understand? We learn from somewhere. We learn from some things. So when I say self-taught, it does not mean you don't exactly learn, but it means you're not learning formally. That's the difference. The minute there is a formal training involved, you're not self-taught again. That is the simple and distinctive meaning between being self-taught and not being self-taught. Let me come again. When you are not self-taught, there is something formal about it. There is a structure you follow. There is a program you follow. There is like a pathway already. It is laid down. Like this is how you do it. Do you
Okay.
understand? But when you are not self-taught, you gathered up your knowledge and your experiences from okay plus one year. Maybe you were just that's why I said in my tweets, art is more about practice and experimentations. You know, art is fluid. It's not rigid. It's not something that you have to follow one pattern to achieve. You can achieve it through any means. You get so I could be walking past something, I see something and I tap it. Okay, this makes sense to me. Do you understand? It's not, or I could be online. I could just be online. The things that people just see as random, it would speak to me in a different way. I feel like it is in fact a gift.
Mm-hmm.
You get it's in fact
Sure.
like the way you. I like the fact that you use that painting as a reference because I'm standing on the stand that the same painting many people walk, many artists in fact would walk past it and not see the things that me I'll see from it. They will not learn the things I'll learn from it. Do you understand? That's that's what makes self-taught being self-taught. I said it. I I come from a standpoint where, I mean, I've argued it in the past that there's nothing as self-taught, but I just began to view it from a different POV. Like I just see it in a different kind of part. That why would the word exist and we cannot use it? Because if that's what we're saying, that means there's no relevance to the word. There are self-taught musicians too. Well, you don't agree with me.
At this point, I was looking like a damn fool. There was no argument here in the first place. All I had was a misunderstanding of the word itself. When I was making my way to this place, I had so much argument, so much flaws. But based on the definition of, I think what went wrong here is the definition of terms.
Mm,
So with a quick Google search, we defined two things.
okay.
What is self-taught? And self-taught is having acquired knowledge or skill on one's own initiative rather than through formal instruction or training.
Mm,
What is self-learning? Self-learning is a process where individuals take the initiative to identify their learning needs, set goals, find resources, and evaluate their own learning progress on their own.
okay.
Now, the argument is not that can self-learning also be known as self-taught?
Yes.
And the answer is yes. Both self-learning and being self-taught, they are essentially the
The
same
same
thing
thing
because both terms describe the process of acquiring knowledge or
on your
skills
own.
independently without the direct guidance of a teacher or instructor. So the key word there is direct guidance.
So now, do you believe there is such thing as self-taught artist?
At the moment, yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, at the moment, yes. But I am one to
You're still
learn and
skeptical about it.
unlearn. I am one to learn and unlearn.
Yeah, yeah.
If I see
Another
a much
convincing.
convincing argument,
Yes.
I'm ready to
No,
decamp.
that makes sense. It makes sense. I said it. I said I had always been from a different standpoint. That I never believed. Like to me, I would say, what the fuck is self-taught? Like, what do you mean you're self-taught? Because I always
Mhm.
believed that. But then I just like had to rethink from a different perspective and just like view things from a more logical point of view of what the word actually means, not what I think it means or what I see people explaining to be.
Mhm.
Like I chose to argue from like the basics, like the basis of it, like
Or the
what's the
definition
definition of the
of the
word
term
itself.
itself.
Do you understand?
So I'll be I'll be taking into consideration other people's opinions and views and arguments. Then
Yes.
I will come up with a conclusion.
If you find a more convincing argument, I also like to hear from that person's view.
Based on the definition of terms,
Mm.
this seems logical to agree on. Disagreeing will just be unreasonable to continue.
We now.
Honestly, I feel like a bit of a dummy, but in the best way possible. Because moments like this remind me how important it is to keep learning and, more importantly, unlearning. We hold on to certain beliefs for so long, and then a good debate and a different perspective cracks them open. And that is a good thing. Growth starts where certainty ends. So if you ever feel confused, challenged, or called out, lean into it. That is where the real learning lives. Kindly leave a like and comment. I'd love to hear your own thoughts and opinion too. And please subscribe. Thank you.